In this video, we will take a look at estimating irrational numbers without the use of a calculator. Something you may want to have handy is a list that gives you perfect squares and what we multiply to get to those. You can see that on the right side of the video. So choose the phrase that best describes this value, no calculator. Anytime that we look for the square root of a number, so here we're looking at the square root of 37, we're going to look in the right column and see where 37 would fall. It's not going to be in our column, but we're going to look and see that 37 falls somewhere between 36 and 49. Therefore, the square root of 37 is going to fall between 6 and 7. Which expression could have the value shown by this point on the number line? No calculator. Let's look here. So notice that we are between 10 and 11. So because we're between 10 and 11, we will go to 10 and 11 on our chart. And notice that 10 squared is 100, 11 squared is 121. So in order for our point to be between 10 and 11, it has to have a value of the square root of some number between 100 and 121. Looking at this, we see that that number would be 112. 90 and 78 are too small. 141 is too large. Which of the following does not have a value between -3 and -2? For a second here, we'll just ignore those negatives. Let's go and look between 2 and 3. So between 2 and 3 means that we're looking for some value between 4 and 9. 8 is between 4 and 9. 5 is between 4 and 9, and 7 is between 4 and 9. Therefore, negative the square root of 15 is not between -3 and -2, because 15 is not between 4 and 9. Choose the number line that could show this value. We have negative the square root of 23. Remember, square root is the right column. So we'll look here. 23 is between 16 and 25. So we need to be somewhere between 4 and 5. In this case, that's -4 and -5. In our first point, we are between -3 and -4. Here we're between, in our second number line, our point is between -2 and -3. In our third one, it's between 0 and -1. Finally, we see in our fourth number line, we are between -4 and -5. So the correct answer is our fourth number line. Which of the following has a value between 9 and 10? If we look over to our chart on the right, we see that 9 squared is 81, 10 squared is 100, so we're looking for some value between 81 and 100. That value is 89, so the square root of 89 is between 9 and 10. Choose the number line that could show the square root of 41. Remember, when we look up the square root, we are looking for the right-hand column. 41 falls between 36 and 49, so we are looking for a value between 6 and 7. That will be our third number line. Choose the phrase that best describes this value. Negative the square root of 54. So again, we can look for 54 in our right-hand column. 54 lies between 49 and 64. Therefore, we are looking for between 7 and 8. However, this is negative, so we want to make sure that we are between -8 and -7. Which expression could have the value shown by the point on this number line? Notice that we are at -5, -6, 7, 8. So we're between -8 and -9 on our number line. We'll come over and look at 8 and 9. So we want to be somewhere between 64 and 81. 43 is too small. 60 is too small. 93 is too large. So we must be at negative the square root of 71. Which of the following has a value between 4 and 5? 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, so we are looking for some value that is the square root of a number between 16 and 25, so the square root of 21. And in our last example, choose the number line that could show this value, the square root of 96. Note that 96 falls between 81 and 100. Therefore, we must be between the values of 9 and 10. Also notice that 96 is much closer to 100 than it is to 81. So not only are we between 9 and 10, but we're probably going to be much closer to 10. Our first number line, we are almost 11. Our second number line, we're almost 10, but let's just double check with the others to be sure. Our third number line has us somewhere between 7 and 8, which is not correct. And then our last number line has us a little bit smaller than 9. So it is definitely that second number line.